This is a 1941 Cadillac Series 62 sedan, model 6219, and we're going to take a look at the engine. The shutters are closed right now. The engine's just been started up. You can see the shutters are closed. This does have thermostatic shutters. They should open up as the engine warms up. The car has a recent fuel pump. Carburetor's been rebuilt. Vacuum advance. Distributor has been completely rebuilt. New belts. You can see it has a dry air filter element rather than the oil bath air filter. Car runs exceptionally well. The car had one owner from 1941 up until the 1980s. And if you look, you can see the service card, which is from this service. The first one you can see was in January of 1945 during World War II. It had 9,333 miles on it. In May of 45, 9,640 miles. And then 1 year later, in June of 46, it had 15,764. That's obviously after gas and tire rationing were over. You were able to drive your car again. It's kind of neat. And that's a service card that is right on the front cowl here. Just lost our focus. There we go. And again, you see these shutters are just starting to open. It does have the modern wrap around there. The old asbestos. See the water pump. Does its job, doesn't leak. The exhaust system on this car is also new tailpipe at the back. It does have an Optima battery sitting down there with a shutoff. Just a really good running and driving car. We will close up the hood here, allow my hand to do this. There we go. And we're here nearly at twilight. The car is cavern green with the light green top, the correct two-tone combination in 1941. It has had some areas of paint to the fenders and the hood, which is why they look great. The wheels were also done. Those are radial white wall tires on it. And new hubcaps there. Trim is all original, the fender spears. This car does have running boards also, which is a pretty rare option in 41. You can again see the two-tone combination here. Fender skirts. We'll come around the back and let you listen to it idle. Got a good smooth idle to it. Again, you can see the reflection in the paint. The paint on this car, I believe the car itself was probably repainted in the 1970s. And again, it looks very nice. It's a very presentable paint. It is lacquer. And if we take a look inside, you can see this car does have a hydromatic transmission, which has also been serviced. It is showing right now a little over 73,600 miles. I believe that is accurate. Again, it was one owner Bought it new in 1941 in Eugene, Oregon. Drove the car throughout the years, and I believe it was kept pretty much as a second car over most of the years. He was a farmer in Eugene, Oregon. And drove it up until, again, the mid-1980s when he passed away. And sometime, again, in the 70s, I believe he had the engine rebuilt in this car. And after he had the engine rebuilt, it had probably about 3,000 miles put on it. And it was rebuilt probably around 65,000 miles is my guess. And I bought the car from the second owner who drove it maybe 100 miles after that. And it since went to a friend of mine, and now he's the one who's selling it. You can see the wood graining on the dash is original. It's in fairly good condition. Again, radio delete on this car, clock. Does have a Cadillac heater underneath, and it does have the toggle switch style heater, which does work on and off. Interior is original in this car. It did have seat covers put on it, and again, my guess would be probably not long after it was purchased. Dome light works, and these seat covers have protected the original interior. I have not lifted them up to really see what's underneath, but my hunch is they're probably in pretty good shape. Let's take a look in the back. And chrome in this car is really pretty original too, as well. There have been a few areas of re-chroming, but not much. Fender guards, things like that, bumper guards. It did have new ashtray lids put in. These are the reproduction ones. It does have all the cigarette lighters, they're just not in place at this point. And it does have original carpeting throughout. And again, the back seats, everything is original in this car. It's just a really fine, solid car. We'll take a look underneath here too. And you can see it doesn't have any areas of rust out. We are right underneath the rockers, which are notorious in these cars for rusting out. Just a little surface. I mean, there's no holes, no nothing in this. You can see original bolts, everything in place. There's an inline fuel filter that's been added. It does have an auxiliary electric fuel pump, which you can just barely see here. But if you look, you can see it's really a good solid car underneath. And it's very honest. And being here in Oregon and having been stored for years, it is not rusted out, it's not abused. Just a good solid car. There you can see the replaced exhaust system. That shiny pipe which goes out the back. And I say it just idles along, does its thing. The fit is good. Again, chrome is original. You got a little tiny bit of pitting here, but nothing drastic. If you're going to drive this car, which is what you should do, it's a really good running and driving car. Again, you can see all this original detail on the louvers and the car itself. Just a really fine, well-running car that does its thing. Again, 1941 Cadillac, Series 62, four-door sedan. Thanks for watching.